Right, okay, so this is a slightly deeper look into the main event for UFC Vegas 79. Rafael Fiziev taking on Mateusz Gamrot. Now, the reason that I'm doing a deeper look into this one is because I didn't want to overrun too long on my casuals guides, because that's designed to be quick, fast, and in under 20 minutes. I was definitely approaching that point, but there's a lot to say about this fight. This is one of the first ones that I've really had like a kind of passion to do a deep dive into for quite a while, because the second I saw this one was announced, I was like, oh my goodness, what a fight. This is insanely good matchmaking. You will not see many fight night like UFC Vegas cards with a main event as good as this one on it. You just won't. It's unbelievably good. Both of these guys are elite, and make no mistake about that. And I mean it when I say they are elite. They are elite mixed martial artists, and this is going to be a brilliant mixed martial arts contest. So you've got 5'8" playing 5'10", with a 1-inch reach for Fiziev. So Fiziev obviously coming in at the 5'8" mark there. He's 12-2. Now Fiziev, he's an old school legend, a Thai boxing legend. He was like a myth. Like he was, he was almost like the boogeyman. He was so goddamn good, and he's just so talented. Like he's so well trained. He was actually a coach over at Tiger Muay Thai as well. Like he's when I say his striking is elite, it's you watch the things that he does without thinking. Right, he does it without having to think about it. Mushi, no mind. It's so well drilled into him that his body just does it and his mind reacts. He's very good at either stepping forward into space if his opponent like shies away, or if his opponent's coming towards him, he's actually very good at switching, because he's a switch stance fighter. Both of these guys are switch stance fighters, and the way that Fiziev can switch back and load the left hook, or step forward whilst throwing the left hook, is phenomenal. The left hook is his favourite weapon. And thing is, fighters know that. But there's just not a lot they can do about it, because he has so many other weapons as well. His kicks are unbelievably quick, and just he throws so much power. His shins are so well conditioned. It's more or less like being hit with a baseball bat. Like, even if you don't even want to block those kind of kicks with your forearms, because he's going to break your arms. That will happen, and it has happened. He also uses the kicks to set up what he wants to do, which is unload that power left hook and knock his opponents flat. And he does it so well. If you watch the Rafael dos Anjos fight, some great examples in there of him being able to land that hook, because like what he does is he'll kick to the body, which will force his opponent to block with their forearm, or at least it brings their attention down there. And then he'll usually throw the right, which obviously brings everything up there. But then everything here is exposed. And that's when he uncorks that left hook. And I believe it was the left hook that he caught dos Anjos with, unless my memory's playing tricks on me. I believe it was the left hook in the end that put dos Anjos down, and then he finished him. And it's when you watch him doing it, because he got Moicano as well. Like he's finished so many people. He got got Brad Riddell as well, and Brad Riddell's a great kickboxer in his own right, just unbelievably good. And he sets traps all the time. He'll sometimes throw 2 feints just to set up, and they're not even really feints, because it's like, look, he's throwing that body kick. But if he hits you in the body with that, it's going to really hurt. So you need to block it. You do have to block the right as well. But that's not the weapon he's trying to knock you out with. It's the left hook. And he's so good at just hiding it. And his footwork's unbelievable. His takedown defense is also 90%. He's very difficult to take down. He's just somebody that I really enjoy watching fight, because he's so cool and calm and collective. But the propensity for chaos, for pure violence, for something spectacular, is ever present with Rafael Fiziev. And that's why he's just one of my favourite fighters to watch. He's a star. He really is. And he's a star mostly due to his fighting style and his abilities. Don't get me wrong, he's got a brilliant character as well, but there's something kind of magnetic about watching how he sets things up, about how he moves and attacks and reads his opponents and downloads the information and then uses that information to just pick people apart. Against Justin Gaethje, I feel like that was a bit of a weird matchup for him because he got kind of drawn into the brawling type style, and that's not usually what Fiziev does. Normally Fiziev is, and don't get me wrong, that Gaethje is just a tough opponent, and Gaethje did a brilliant job on the night, and that's one of the things that Gaethje does, to his credit, is he draws people into the chaos, and the chaos is where Gaethje thrives. Fiziev, he can thrive in that chaos, but he's at his best when he's being technical, where he's just making reads and just throwing feints and just finding ways to lower the guard, to open those windows so he can pop that left hook through. That's when Fiziev is at his absolute best. On the other side of him, you've got somebody equally talented, honestly. Mateusz Gamrot. He's unbelievably good. He was a legend from is it KSW? KSW, the Polish organisation. I'd heard a lot about him before he came to the UFC, because I think he was 17-0 when he came over to the UFC, and because I'd heard about him a lot on the European circuits, because I do watch some of the European fights, because they're all on Fight Pass, which is really good actually, because you can see a lot of fun events, see a lot of people that are going to be the future. And Mateusz Gamrot, he is that. I mean, the fact that that fight against Arman Sarukin, go back and watch that one. You'll see an absolute grappling clinic. Sarukin's like where's he? Is he Dagestani? I think he's Dagestani, but he's a handsome Dagestani. He doesn't really look like he's from Dag. But either way, Sarukin's an unbelievable grappler, and so is and that matchup was unbelievable. It was just an absolute clinic by both guys. And Gamrot managed to get the decision there, but I'd watch those two fight every week, honestly. That was great fun. Go back and watch that fight as a treat. It's just non-stop action from start to finish. Now Gamrot, the way that he gets the takedown, he shoots in from quite a long way away, because he's very good actually at grabbing the ankle and just pulling people in. And what he does is he pulls people in, and then they'll go to fight that, and then he'll get the body up, and then he'll release. He does a lot of catch and release. It's a style of fishing, but it's also what I call his style of wrestling. It's like catch and release. He'll catch them, and then they'll kind of like go to break it, but he'll let them break it so he can catch them again. And he catch them, and then bang. Then he's got them against the fence. Then he's got the takedown. Then he's got the hooks in. Then he's grabbed the arm. He's very good at grabbing limbs. He loves taking limbs. He's also very clever with his shots as well. I think Bruno Ferreira, I think it was. Like, just either way, like he's stopped people with a multitude of different things. His striking, I would say that it's not going to be. I don't think that he's going to win a straight kickboxing match against Rafael Fiziev. I don't think I'm out of my mind in saying that. I really don't. I do feel like this is going to be almost a classic striker versus grappler. Obviously, Gamrot can strike. He can throw down, but I don't think. But he's going to mix in the wrestling. He feints with his takedowns all the time, which is really like and. He draws reaction out of people because he's so quick with those takedowns. It's like, yeah, you have to do something. Like and it's in a similar way. He gets people to put their hands down here. Then they're not. Then all of a sudden the right hand comes over the top and boom. He might not be the most technical striker, but he's got power in his hands. And if he can get you to lower your guard and land over the top, that's what he's going to do. I'm not sure if Fiziev is going to be caught out by tricks like that, because I think Fiziev is too busy setting traps of his own. Just an unbelievable matchup, this. Absolutely unbelievable. And I cannot, Johnny, if you're a mixed martial arts fan, I cannot implore you to watch this main event enough. From a technical mixed martial arts standpoint, this might be as high level, near as high level as it gets, honestly. It's tough to pick how it's going to go, honestly. I can see a universe where Mateusz Gamrot just chain wrestles, just wears Fiziev out and just drags him down to the ground, finds an arm, or even a choke and gets the submission, or even like ground and pound, because his ground and pound is nasty. If he gets you like on the floor, like near the fence, he will knee your ribs into oblivion. Like, and he's done it before. He's a cerebral guy. But I don't know, like Fiziev, he's so hard to take down, and you have to get into striking range if you're going to try and take him down. I mean, you're reaching for that leg. I don't know, Fiziev might crack you with something. And he probably will, because his shins are like 2 baseball bats, and he swings them, and nothing is when Fiziev is at his best. He's just so crisp and so good. His combinations are just always there. My money is going to go on Rafael Fiziev, only because I'm a huge fan of his, and I've got to put a bet on someone. So I'm going to take Fiziev. I think it'll either be a decision or a very late knockout. I think it's probably going to go to the 4th round. I think going more than 4 rounds, that would be what I would say. Either way, I can see a universe where both of these guys win this, because frankly they're both so uber talented that I wish they could both win it. And I think it's going to be a fun enough matchup that they probably both will. The stocks will both rise. My money's going on Fiziev, but not by much. I hope you watch this fight. If you're an MMA fan, I really hope that you watch this fight. It's going to be unbelievable. And, oh God, I hope it's not disappointing now. No, it's very unlikely that it'll be disappointing. This is going to be fireworks. So I'll be doing some terrible bets on Saturday. I've broken down the rest of the card on my casuals guide. If you want to see just a quick, it's under 20 minutes. It's a preview of the entire fight card. So if you want to go and see that, that's also on my channel. So hit subscribe, get the bell notifications when content drops. So until next time, guys, keep those odds long and those bets terrible.